Good day, sir, and good day everyone who's ever watching this video. So, my name is Princess Apostol, and I will be sharing to you my learnings in mathematics in the modern world. So first, let's start with the lesson 1, which is pattern. So we have 4 probable pattern. Number 1 is a single repeating pattern. So second is Fibonacci sequence, third is the 2 alternating pattern, and the last is letter sequence. Let's start with single repeating pattern. So remember that when it's single repeating pattern, we only use one pattern na pwedeng ina-add, sinasubtract, minumultiply, or dinidivide. For example, 20, 10, 0, negative 10, negative 20. So here, makikita natin na pwede siyang sinasubtract kasi lumiliit yung value niya, or probably dinidivide, pero in this case, sa 20, 10, 0, negative 10, and negative 20, sinasubtract natin siya. So another example is 2, 8, 32, 128, and 12. So in this case naman, we can see na tumataas ang number and possible na multiplication ang ginamit because malaki kaagad yung value niya. So second probable pattern, Fibonacci sequence. So ang idea dito is i-add mo lang yung first term sa second term para mabuo mo yung third term. So for example, 0, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, and then 3 plus 5 is 8, and so on. So madali lang siya guys, so i-add mo lang yung first term at second term para makabuo ka ng third term, fourth term, and etc. so on. So for the number 3, which is 2 alternating pattern, so the idea in this is we have two patterns that alternates. So for example, 2, negative 14, 5, 2, 8, 12, 11, negative 10, 14, and negative 22. So ganun po siya. And for the last probable pattern is the letter sequence. So in this pattern, you might need a alphabet to follow. So for example, A, D, H, M, S. So kung titignan mo sa alphabet, from A to D, 2 letters ang pagitan. Kumbaga, dalawa yung pagitan ng A to D. It is B at C. So ang pagitan naman ng D to H is 3 letters naman. So ang pagitan naman ng H to M is 4 letters. Kasi masabi natin ang sunod or ang susunod na term is ang pagitan nun is 5 letters naman based sa ating first sequence. So that would be all sa ating first module. Set is a collection or group of well-defined objects. These objects are called elements or members of the set. Example of set A is set of silverware, set of encyclopedia, a set of tires for a car, and a set of dishes. So in mathematics, we will have some of the following, such as a set of whole numbers, a set of points, a set of integers. So the main characteristics of a set in mathematics is that it is well defined. For example, if we are given particular object, we know whether the particular object is an element of the set or not. So for further example, so if we consider the set of odd integers, we know that 7 is an element of this set, and 10, 1, and 3 are not. So we already have an idea on defining a set. Let's proceed on how to describe a set. So when talking about sets, it is fairly standard to use capital letters to present the set and lowercase letters to present an element in that set. So for example, A is a set and A is an element in A. Same with B and B, C and C. Also, when we say an element A is in a set A, we use the symbol like parang E siya na big letter to show it. And if something is not in a set, we use E siya na big letter pero parang kinancel out. So example, set A is 1, 2, and 3. We can see that 1 is a set A, but 5 is not a set A. We simply list each element or member separated by a comma and then put some curly brackets around the whole thing. The curly brackets are sometimes called set of bracket or braces. The 3 dots are called an ellipsis and mean continue on. So that means the first example continues on for infinity or meaning walang katapusan. So we've come through to our third module, which is logic. So first, let us define proposition. So prepositional logic. A preposition is a collection of declarative statements that has either a truth value or true or a truth value false. A propositional consists of propositional variables and connectives. So, what is declarative sentence? It is a statement that relays information, written in the present tense and expresses a direct statement. It can be a simple or compound sentence, consists of subject and predicate, and with period, and it states a complete thought. So, I will be giving you example of mere sentence. Number 1 is, how do you spot fake news? The answer is mere sentence since it does not satisfy the definition of proposition that ends with a period because it is an interrogative sentence. So, number 2 is, I exercise my right to vote. So the answer is proposition because it has a complete thought, it ends with period, and consists a subject and predicate. So now, let's go to compound sentence. To create a compound statement, connectives like and or, if, then, and if and only if are used. The symbol P, Q, R, and S represents simple statements. So I will be sharing to you about the symbols used for connectives. So if you saw a letter and, the symbol is upward V. And then type of its statement is conjunction. So if you spot or, the symbol of it is V. So type of its statement is disconjunction. And then if the connective is if, then, the symbol of it is arrow papuntang right. So ang type of statement naman po is conditional. And if the connective is if and only if, ang symbol naman nun is arrow siya na magkabilaan. So ang type of statement naman nito is biconditional. And for negation naman, ang symbol is parang sa taas ng N, it means not. So let's proceed to truth table and tautologies. So truth table. It is a mathematical table used to determine if a compound statement is true or false. So, in a truth table, each statement is typically represented by a letter or variable like P, Q, or R, and each statement also has its own corresponding column in the truth table that lists all of the possible truth values. So, number 1 is negation or not. Kapag nakakita ka ng ganito, it means opposite truth value from the statement. So, kung P ang nasa una, then the next column will be not P. It means negation. So, if T ang nauna, the next column would be F. And then, if F naman ang nauna, the next column would be T. That's negation. So, now, let us proceed to conjunction. And the connective of it is AND. So, it says only true when both statements are true. So, if your P and Q are both true, then conjunction mo is P and Q is equal to true. So, let's proceed to number 3. This conjunction or says only false when both statements are false. So, if yung P and Q mo is false, then your P or Q is false also. Pero kung ang P mo is true, and then ang Q mo is true, then ang P or Q mo naman is true because it says that it should be both statements are false para maging false din siya. So, next is conditional or implication or implies. So, it is also known as if-then. Results true in all cases except the case P implies F. Since this can be little tricky to remember, it can be helpful to note that this is logically equivalent to not P or Q. So, the last is biconditional, also known as the logical equivalent or if and only if. So, in this case, only true if the both statements are true, and if both statements are false, will result to true. So, ang sabi dito, true siya kapag both statements are true. And kahit ang both statements naman ay false, true pa rin siya. So, true plus true is equal to true. True plus false is false. True, false plus true is false, and false plus false is true. So, ang tatandaan lang dito na kahit parehas siyang T, it means T rin yung result niya. And if parehas silang F, then ang result naman is T pa rin. So, that would be all that I'm sharing with you. And thank you for listening and have a good day.